Hello, YouTube! Surprise, surprise, I thought I'd go live and announce the winner at 7 o'clock. The countdown is counting down. If you haven't already subscribed to my channel and the Bearded Woodsman's channel at the chance to win 2 of the 10 items I had out alone, as well as the slingshot and the shovel. Hello! And, man, there's a bunch of stuff. If you haven't already, go to the YouTube channel there, my YouTube channel, and in the prize videos, enter, I'm in. I'm going to pick the winner at 7 o'clock. We're doing a live Q&A right now until that time. So if you got any questions for me about my time out alone, things I might have an opinion on, let's do it. Let's hang out. And we will pick a winner in 18 minutes and 40 seconds. Now, let's see, how's this all? Oh, I saw there was comments there. I had to go mobile to go live. The computer thing is you got to download something and download some other things. And, yeehaw. Hey. Wow, a lot of people here real quick. Very cool. So, yeah, once again, if you haven't already, go to Chris's channel and his prize video link. The links are below in my prize video that came out last week. You know, win up to $300 worth of stuff. My 2 items I had on alone, the slingshot and the shovel. I got the chopsticks right here, all polished up. I cleaned them up and ready to go for whoever wins. 2 sets of chopsticks made by me in Patagonia, as well as this cool bug out bottle somebody's gonna win, which is a full slingshot kit with the bands and a special package, so you could open this up 10 years from now. Make a slingshot in a doomsday situation or just in your backyard for the heck of it. Ammo and everything in there. How long have I used the cold steel shovel? I bought a cold steel shovel. I gotta think about where I'm looking. Look at the day 3. Look at the right camera. So the I bought the cold steel shovel before I went on alone. I did like all this research because I knew what I wanted to have for items, and I researched the ever-loving daylights out of it. And there was all these folders, and then there was this really expensive fancy one, and it was like, this was like the one. I paid 16 bucks for this. You know how much they cost now? Well, you can go on my website, fowlersmakerymischief.com, and you can get them for $39. I didn't mark it up. I think it's $39. They marked them up. They've gone up in price since I started playing with them. Go figure. You're gonna stay up for a little bit? Yeah. What's the best slingshot in your store? The best slingshot in the store is the Simple Shot, Scout. There. Do I got one close by? I don't got one close by. It's the green camo one or whatever. The yellow ones are the one that's in the giveaway is my everyday carry. This is the I think it's like a yellow jacket or something like that. It's a laminated, lightweight, small thing, goes in my back pocket, and I have it with me all the time. I like to take 5 or 6 shots here and there throughout the day at like a pine cone or something, so I can get that feel for what it's like to just shoot everywhere instead of just always at the target range. Yes, good luck everybody. If you haven't already subscribed, go to my channel, subscribe to Chris's channel, and then in both of our channels, I'm going to flip a coin, and exactly 15 minutes, and somebody will be the winner. And we'll find out what channel I'm going to go to. And there's a random generator I brought up, and we'll pick, the random generator will pick the prize winner. So we're doing a Q&A up until then. And one of my favorite things that is in the prize pile and has been giving me all kinds of fun is, well, of course this, but that's not in the prize thing. But the other thing from Wazoo, which are on order and they're like showing up tomorrow or the next day, this necklace is a fire starter necklace. The thing is amazing. It's a great ferro rod. Takes almost no effort whatsoever to make quite a few sparks. It's so easy. Great piece of everyday carry kit that doesn't add anything to your pockets. They'll be on my website in 2 days. How do you hold chopsticks? Right? After 87 days, you could do it with your eyes closed. Look at that. Not even looking. Not even looking. And I got the chopsticks. Let's see if I can pick something up with the chopsticks without even looking. Look at that. Pro. 87 days of eating fish with chopsticks. How's it going? Hello. Thanks for stopping by. Wow, I cannot, this live stream is like people's comments. If you have a question, keep it short, because I'm a slow reader, and put like question mark, question mark. Fowler just wanted to. Yeah, keep them short. Keep them like one-liners. The way this goes on with the phone, it just like zings them right up there. I wonder if I can rotate it without messing you guys all up. No, it won't allow me to. It's like you get one or the other. No, I am not selling any chopsticks. That's I made them for Christmas presents for everyone, and plan over your carving tools. Man, this moves so fast. First meal back from Malone. That one I can read. Sorry guys, I am so dyslexic, you know. It's a slow thing with the whole reading thing. First meal back was actually a bite of cheesecake, which I was not supposed to have, and made me sick for. I was like sick for a whole week after I got back. Not because I was all that unhealthy, but it's like throwing carbs back in your diet is so dangerous. So I had a bite of cheesecake, and I wasn't supposed to. Am I going to do a chopstick video? I should throw that into one of the videos of the 87 day series. I made over 200 sets of chopsticks out there. Some of these questions are just so random. Oh, what do you do for a prize entry? Go to my video that was out last week that has the prize. It says like prize. It's the only one that says prize and shows all this pile of stuff and says $300 worth of stuff. Go to the links below and hit I'm in that video. Subscribe to my channel. Go over to Chris's channel on his prize video thing in my description and hit I'm in and subscribe to his channel. It's very easy. The instructions are right in the video. The video is like 2 minutes long. You don't even have to watch that full 2 minutes to get the instructions and get the subscribing stuff done so that you can win the prize. So, something I was thinking of to tell you guys that now you're here, you're supporting my channel, you're doing all this stuff for me, watching this live feed, asking me questions. You know, if you support this channel, a couple things you could do is watch the videos all the way through as much as possible. Share the videos. If I do, you don't have to share them if they're annoying and junk or stuff you're not interested in. But if I do something that's cool, you know, it really helps if you guys shared. YouTube sees that. There's a whole thing of an algorithm, you know, and it's a big fight. You know, you can do something beautiful, but unless people share it, like it, watch it all the way through, or hit that little bell notification if you actually really want to make sure you don't miss my videos, because YouTube won't even always necessarily share them. If I do one before that's kind of a dud and not a lot of people watch it, it happens, you know. And I feel like I do a dud like once a week, but that's life, you know. I'm learning. I think the 87 Days series is really coming along. Got some neat stuff that's happened. The duck hunter, I've been out fishing with that all week and stuff. It's a lot of fun. A lot of good videos coming out, and I got some real good plans coming for the future. My favorite knife, I'm having a really great favorite knife right now. Cold Steel sent me a whole bunch of stuff, some awesome things, and they sent me this one. This is called the Ultimate Hunter, and yes, it's orange, but that's not why it's my favorite knife. It was out of the, you know, they sent me like $2,000 worth of stuff to play around with. We got something that we're working on in the works, and their knives they come razor sharp, and this one just, it folds, it's nice, it's solid. I've always kept a folder and a Swiss Army knife in my pocket, and the Swiss Army is my favorite, but and I always like to have a folder just to be able to get it out quick and be able to use it. And this is the Swiss Army that I always carry, so that I can do cool stuff with it. I don't know, like MacGyver, you know. Ever since I watched MacGyver when I was a kid, and I've always had one, I can do so much stuff with all these different little gadgets that are on here. There is 9 minutes. We're down to 9 minutes before we pick the winner. How fast can I chug a beer? I don't chug beer. I just don't. Like, I like to enjoy it, you know. I tried chugging a beer in high school, went up my nose, and I said I'm done with that. Season. how do you sand up? How do I say? I sanded up the chopsticks with like 1,000 grit, just a little bit to break down some of the any little bit of scuffiness, and then Scotch-Brite them so they're nice and clean, and oiled them with mineral oil so that they a little bit more long. How did I meet Jamie? I met Jamie on Craigslist. I put up an ad saying woodsy woman wanted, pictureless applicants need not apply, and she applied, and I've been stuck with her ever since. Can't get rid of her. And not tired of eating fish. Actually, I haven't eaten much fish since I've been home, and I haven't been able to catch a trout lately either. I mean, I haven't been able to catch a trout since I was out in Patagonia. It's been really hot this year, and the catching of fish has been really hard here in Maine. It's like, I don't know what it is. It was really wet earlier in the year, now it's all drying up, and it's cold at night, but hot during the day, and there's not been a lot of luck. I made this hat. Jamie's made all my other hats, but this is the one that I made before, and Jamie saw that I had orange hats and was like, yeah, I want to make you an orange hat, and so she's been making me an orange hat every year since then. And the ones I had on alone, they're just toast. She's stuck with you. Yeah. Need the pattern. This pattern was just one I made up off the top of my head. Jamie's patterns are so elaborate I don't bother even try and knit something like that. I haven't knit much lately. Am I selling any hats? I want to get hats onto the website, you know, but it is kind of like my signature trademark thing. It's all kind of mine. So like if I start selling my hats and there's a whole bunch of handsome orange-hatted people lookalikes running around, it'd be just, the whole world would just be confusing, wouldn't it? Let's see. Yeah, it was hard. What are you talking about? Brooke and those guys leaving? That's heartbreaking. Power of the hat. Yeah. Yeah. Best wood for, I don't know, it doesn't really matter. You can make a wooden slingshot at anything, you know, just as long as it's a solid V in a tree, you know. I mean, like oak and ash are probably technically could be the best. I've made some good ones, but I made good ones out of that stuff from Patagonia that was like soft and punky and wasn't much doing for it, and it worked awesome. I loved it. That was one of my favorite slingshots, in fact. I haven't used it again lately, but the thing, I managed to kill a water bottle of Callie's and a thermos of Megan's all in one shot before I went on the show with that slingshot. So that's one of my favorites. I love the carved, just natural fork slingshot. I don't know about that. There wasn't any bear in Patagonia. I don't know what the rules are. They haven't posted whether, like, you know, because there were animals we weren't allowed to hunt. Like, they actually didn't tell us we couldn't hunt the cougar, but they just kind of like rolled their eyes when somebody asked to. So I don't know. I know there was a deer that was native that we weren't supposed to hunt. You know, and there was mice and stuff like that. They were poisonous out there because they could have the hantavirus. Oh, I would definitely do Alone All-Stars. Dude, sorry, ma'am. After being out there, I love that. I got the bug. I want to do it again. I want another adventure. Whatever it is. Whipple's left. I know. Jamie and I recorded the review video this morning. I got to go out and record the second half of that, teleport to someplace. And, man, that was rough watching them go. I mean, they did such a beautiful job, but you hit the wall. And I'm surprised at how much food there is out there, and they're all hitting this wall so early on. But it looks miserable and damp the whole time. That's tough. Oh! Monitor turned off. All right, yeah, we'll bring up the counter again. Turn back on. She'll come back on. The first thing I ate was a bite of cheesecake, and then it was all like rice and light stuff, and it was, you know, it all kind of made me sick, the carbs and stuff like that. Hello. I don't know. I mean, it looks like you could actually, the possibility, you know, is better to eat more on Vancouver Island, you know, and Megan and I from My Season of Alone have talked about it, and she says there's more food there, but the conditions are much more harsh there on Vancouver Island. So it's like, but it seems to be the hunger that's killing these guys. when Patagonia, you know, had a lot less food. I mean, I had 63 fish and 2 birds. I don't know what that equivalates to as percentage-wise for, hey, thank you for the super chat, appreciate that. I try to read your name, but I'm massacre it there. Thank you guys. Yeah, I think there's more food, you know, in Vancouver Island. My carving tool is still my multi-tool. I use my multi-tool to carve most of the time. If I'm carving a serious spoon or something like that, I do have a spoon gouge and a Mora blade for that. But I now have a replacement from that, from Cold Steel, that they've hooked me up with, you know, just like they've hooked me up with this, which is one too many knives that that's not a knife. It's like a folding Crocodile Dundee knife, and that's part of the prize loot. And the new one that they sent me, that's my new favorite. I'm playing with it a lot, you know. I've been out fishing all week with the duck hunter and playing out in the woods, and started making my new shelter again with the double thick walls up at the land, so that you know, in the shelter area. So that's going to be part of Sunday's video. 87 Days, the series. Check it out if you guys haven't already seen it. I'm starting to find my voice. The first couple ones were kind of boring, talking about the my clothes and things like that, and I was like over talking everything. I tend to over talk. I got to do that here because it's a live stream. If I stop talking like this, you guys get bored. Thank you, thank you. You know, would I participate alone in a desert? You know, I hate hot conditions. Hot places are the worst. A desert, I don't know that I would go for it. I would go anywhere. I would go anywhere for any adventure at this point. I love it. I would dread the jungle. I'd like the resources and stuff like that. Desert would be the hardest because there wouldn't be as many resources there. And my favorite place, you know, I've always kind of wanted to go was like, you know, the Tigra or whatever it's called there, Siberia, you know, that stretch of Siberia they called like the Tigra and things like that. Love the duck hunter. Thanks. Yeah, duck hunter's been out fishing this week. Caught some fish, you know, so that'll be in Sunday's video, as well as the starting of the new shelter with the double thick walls, building it with Maine resources since I don't have bamboo. I tried fish head soup there in my 87 Days series for the first time. You know, August 16th was the day I won, and you know, it's like it's almost been a year and I had fish head soup and it was so good. It's something about it. Does Jamie follow my channel? Jamie watches everything I do, unfortunately. For her. Bushcraft knife for under... if you want a knife for under $50, or any knife that you want a really nice knife for less money, I'd say Cold Steel. They just sent me a whole bunch of stuff where we're going to work on something coming up here soon, and they make the nicest knives for a good price. You know, a good solid knife. Like the one that came that I enjoyed the most, that was a big sheath knife, kind of like a bushy... crazy knife. This AK-47. That one is actually a little bit more pricey and stuff. But I don't know what this one cost. I didn't look at the price on this one, but the Ultimate Hunter. This thing's a solid folder, solid quality hunting, everything kind of knife as far as I'm concerned. I've been rolling with this every day since they gave it to me. A minute and 5 seconds will pick the winner. It takes me a couple seconds to pick the winner. So if you haven't already, go on to my channel and hit I'm in, and go on to Chris's channel and hit I'm in his prize video. The video prize links are on my prize video. You can't miss it, you know. It's pretty obvious. That's the only prize video on my channel 2 videos back. And hit I'm in both the comments. I'm going to flip a coin in a second here. What did I do with the coin? Anybody see where I disappeared that to while I was talking to you? Talking with my hands and losing stuff here. What's your favorite fix? My favorite fixed blade was my one that I call the Dragon's Finger. You can see it in that first bird trap video I made. It's a Mora blade, and but since the Cold Steel sent me some neat stuff, they actually have some equivalent blades that you know. So both of them, Cold Steel and Mora, both have equivalent quality blades for nice stuff. I like the you know, like a finer blade, you know, like a Swiss Army knife. And it's time! Alright, how do I hit out of this thing? Excuse me if I'm a little slow on all this stuff. I have never done this live stream before. Alright, here we go. We're going to pick the channel, either from Chris's video, Will We Eat Skunk? If you're really fast and you just tuned in, you could probably skip over there and hit I'm in and subscribe, and then go on my video link and hit subscribe. But you gotta be fast, because here goes the flip. Heads for me, tails for Chris. And tails it is. We're gonna pick it out of Chris's channel. I hope you've been over there and hit I'm in. I'm gonna copy the link. I'm gonna pick 3 people. And so the runners up can, I'm gonna send you something. The winner goes on to my, the winner should go on to my website, fowlersmakerymischief.com, and send me an email with your address and your t-shirt size. So, and the 2 t-shirts that you want off of the website, whether it's the cross, shovel, and slingshot, the Fowler's Makery Mischief, or They Taste Like Carrots, the color and size that you want. If it's not even on there, don't even worry about it. Just ask for it, and I will get you a special order. It might take a week, but it's yours. You earned it for putting up with me all the... No, all right, so Chris's thing, put his video, paste into the, load the comments. Wow. It's loading the comments now, and then I have to hit pick a winner. He has a lot of comments on his. All right. Randomly pick winner. Clicking on it now. It is Mark Ayton. Mark Ayton. Are you in here watching this right now? Mark Ayton, you have just won the entire pile of loot. I hope you have some holes to dig and some stuff to shoot with a slingshot, and a bunch of money to spend at the Chinese restaurant so you can eat with your chopsticks. So, Mark Ayton, send me an email, Mark, at my website, fowlersmakerymischief.com. There's a link right on there, and I'll put the link in the thing right below. It always is in the thing right below. Anyway, so you can, right there, Fowler at fowlersmakerymischief.com. It sends me an email. So, I will pick 2 more winners. Let me take a picture of that so I don't... Oh, I can't do that. I'm going to write that down. Mark. And bear with me. I'm slow about this. I was going to take a picture with my phone of the thing, of the random generator, but I'm going to pick 2 more winners and send you guys t-shirts, autograph stuff, and maybe, yeah, I'm going to send you one treat of some sort, some surprise. Mark Ayton. Congratulations, Mark. And let's do it again. Who is 4 Birds Adventures? 4 Birds Adventures. You are 2nd runner up. And if Mark Ayton never replies, I'll give you a week to reply. And let's see. 4 Birds Adventures. And one more person. We'll pick one more person. It could be you. You may be lucky. Keep your fingers crossed. Here we go. Here we go. One more person. I wish I could send everybody something. You know, this whole thing. And we got Sophie Squeer. Wow. And that's it. That's the 3 winners. The 2nd place and 3rd place people, I will send you a t-shirt of your picking. Everybody that won, go to the link below for the email or my website, and to the Fowler's Makery Mischief Gmail, and send me an email. I'll hang out here for a couple more minutes if you guys have any questions. Well done. Thank you. Congrats. Is it illegal in Holland? Oh, you know what? I didn't even think about that. A lot of people, I was watching how to do prize things and stuff. Some people are like, make sure you only say that you have to be in America, because you don't want to have to pay shipping and handling. But hey, that's cool. I want everybody to have a chance. I got a lot of people sending me messages from everywhere. Like, hey, I'm in Patagonia. I saw that you were here recently. What knife did I take? I took my multi-tool on a loan. The Swiss Army Victorinox which I've been carrying, and with my, while I'm doing the 87 days series, I try to only use just this. And it's been modified with a spoon gouge. The chisel has been sharpened down into an extra blade so that there's more knife there just in case I ever broke the other one. And I keep meaning to get to it. I haven't quite gotten to it yet. The thank you there, big fan. That's a, oop, the camera's over here. So that, I've turned that into a, there we go. I turned the spoon, into a spoon gouge, the can opener. Who won? Can you say the names? Can you say names? I don't know who won. The latest season? Off to bed, hey. Alright, see you later. Thanks for coming by. And people are dropping like flies, but we're still talking. Anybody else got any questions for me? This is a Q&A after all, not just the prize winner. Congratulations, though, to Mark, Aiton, and For Bird Adventure there. Send me a message so that I can send out your prizes to you. How's Fern doing? Fern is great. Fern's a great little dog. She's pretty self-reliant. Yeah, Fern. If I miss your thing, I only get like 4 comments in a row, and then the last, and it punches the next one out. So you can always put that up again. Don't be ashamed of sending messages twice if I'm not getting at it. And I think you could have. I think I could have done pretty well at Vancouver Island. I mean, Megan and I talked, and there's more food there, but the conditions are harder. So, and I like harder. So I don't know. I mean, it's hard to say though. But these guys are all going because of being hungry. So it's who can put up with the most miserable conditions the longest. It looks like this season. What is my favorite channel? Casey Neistat. I watch Casey Neistat every video he puts out. I haven't gone back and watched all of his old stuff, but since I got back from Alone, I watch Casey Neistat. I love, and that's why I kind of miss doing the vlog. I haven't been doing the vlog so much lately, and the guy's amazing. His filming and his stuff that he does, and I just try to learn. I love watching other YouTube channels and learning from them, and my other channels that I watch mostly are all video influencers. I will love watching stuff about the analytics of YouTube, about how to make a better thumbnail, how to make a better video, how to film better, how to new cameras, equipment, you know. It's like, I hardly watch any, I don't really watch any bushcraft channels. I watch Chris's stuff because we're buddies, and, you know, and I watch Dan Walwack's stuff because, you know, he does some really good stuff, you know, and I love to learn, like, the really nitty-gritty technical that Dan Walwack does from My Season of Alone. He makes some beautiful videos, you know, with just these quality information. Every single one is just chock full of quality information. And every once in a while he throws a fun one out there about like gigging for frogs or something like that, and he's wicked funny. When he's trying not to be. I don't know. Yeah. So 87 days. This week's going to be awesome. Been out there with the duck hunter hunting fish all week. So, and starting the new shelter, the double thick walls built with woven with wood on the inside and outside is going to be a reed, I think. I would like to collaborate with Joe. I'm going to be doing some collaborations with some other people coming up soon. If you keep tuned in, I'm going to start doing the vlogs again. I've been kind of putting it off because Alone's been making me so busy trying to get out 3 videos a week so that YouTube recognizes it. And if you appreciate the videos that I do, be sure to watch them through. And if I do something interesting, don't feel obligated to if it's boring. Sometimes I don't always nail it. But share the video on your social sites so it gets me some views. You know, it's very helpful. It makes a big difference. And hit that notification bell, because if I do, sometimes YouTube doesn't always share with you. So if you hit that notification bell, you'll get notified of my videos and you won't miss out on one. People tend not to go back after you miss one and it's been too many days. But if I get, the more views I get in that first 24 hours of all the way through, it means my videos, YouTube will promote them and share them, and it could go big. And the more big it goes, the more I can do, and the better quality videos I can turn out, and the less I can have to like crank out more videos, and the more I can focus on doing bigger and better stuff. So thank you guys so much for watching, everybody that's watching, and your input, comments. You guys are all so gracious in your comments. I really appreciate that. It really means a lot to me, all the motivational, nice things that everybody says. I don't know what else to say. I have no idea how you donate. I added super chat because it said, do you want to? And I said, sure. What do you say? Slingshot with the bird? Darn comments disappear. Oh, there we go. A shoot bird with a slingshot. And shoot a bird with a slingshot. I can't, it's completely illegal in Maine to shoot animals with a slingshot. It's ridiculous. I don't know what, I don't know what else I could do to change that. I did get a fish with my slingshot. Not here in Maine, because that's illegal, and I may try to do it again, because that's one thing I could do at a farmer's place, or something like that. I don't really want to show kills of animals much on this channel anyways, I don't think. So, I mean, people get all up in arms about it. Chris shows eating animals. I may show eating animals, but I don't think I'm going to be doing kills. Just, it's family friendly, and some people get offended by it. I don't really care about them being offended by it, but I don't really have a need to. I may do a roadkill video or something like that someday down the road. I got to one-up Chris with this whole eating a porcupine and eating a skunk, and I got to do a parody to get him back, because his parody, if you haven't seen it yet, go over to Chris's channel and watch the full part of that parody in like the middle part of his video, his parody and making fun of me. It was so hilarious. He's so funny, getting a bird with his slingshot and his fake bird that he had, and oh man, I was cracking up. For somebody who doesn't think he's funny, that was the funniest thing I've ever seen. $15 for a pair of chopsticks. If I go out on a loan again, I'll bring back a whole bunch of bamboo and I'll make chopsticks for sale. But I'm down to 50 pairs of chopsticks and like 20 spoons after giving away, you know, I came home with 200 sets of chopsticks and all this other stuff, and 200 sets of spoons and spatulas, and I gave all that stuff away for Christmas to family and close family and friends. So, do a mini alone. I'm actually thinking of doing, because this Wazoo, and I've been selling these on my website. This thing is so cool. It's a survival bracelet with like 10 other items in it, and all this, you know, that's a fire start. Wow, light my place on fire. Fire starter, there's a saw in here, fishing hooks and 2 lines. I'm thinking of doing an 87 hours with this, just with a survival bracelet and a metal canteen that I could boil water in, and go out, disassemble it, make a slingshot out of the slingshot bands that are in it, use the cord to make a shelter, and, you know, just the clothes on my back, and survive for 87 hours. I wouldn't mind doing a, without a support team, you know, to back me up if something did happen to me. You know, to go to the extreme that I did out there on alone in Patagonia would be hard. And not to mention, it's like, where am I supposed to go where you're allowed to hunt all the animals in primitive traps and all this stuff? I'd have to find a third world country that was willing to let me in as a single guy out into the woods and just do whatever I want. It wouldn't go over so well. And, well, how to cave spelunk? Oh, carve a spatula. Yes. I'll probably save that for a video where I'm doing just too much talking, and we're talking about something important, or maybe talking about what it feels like starving, and then I'll sit there and carve a spatula again, and like a regular spoon, because I haven't carved a regular spoon. I still have wood from Patagonia. I brought home some chunks of wood, as much as I possibly could, that they let me carry away, and they packed and sent back to me. And so I was able to bring those pieces of wood back, and I'm going to use those in these 87 days series. Once the shelter is done, and I'm sitting there whittling the same way with the same tool, and show you what it's like, and make the same sort of spoons again. And yeah, the computer died. It doesn't matter. Don't really need that. So I got a lot of really cool stuff coming. I got some fun videos too that I can't wait for this season of Alone to be wrapped up, because I kind of dedicated myself to making review videos on it, which you can see I have lots of fun doing, teleports and stuff like that. And if you haven't seen this week's review video, it came out really late. Go back and watch that. Give me a view and a thumbs up. Appreciate it. And this next episode, watching the Whipples go, that was so sad. I seriously, it was it sucked seeing him hit the wall like that and having to tap out. Able to get in. Hello, hello. Thanks for stopping by. I want to make sure. Thanks for the support. Make sure you tell all your friends about the channel. If I do something interesting, be sure to hit share. That means a lot more to YouTube than even comments and thumbs up. If they see people are sharing your content, shares are like gold. If they see that, then they'll actually put my video up on the homepage and share it with similar videos and behind things. And it could mean the difference. You know, if I'm doing something interesting, I don't want you to share my boring videos. Sometimes I don't quite nail it. So if you, and also, you know, hey, if you don't like some of the videos that I do, or if you're not into slingshots and I'm shooting slingshots, then feel free not to watch it. How do you share? There's underneath the video, when you're watching the video, there's a little like arrow curve thing, and you can hit share, and then it goes out to it'll give you the option of, do you want to share it on Facebook, Instagram, whatever social handle you have, and you can share it there, or you can share it in a message to a close friend, in an email, whatever, you know. But that's like gold to YouTube. It's all about hitting the algorithm. You can make the most beautiful stuff in the world, but if you don't have the right cover photo, you don't have, you know, enough views in the first 24 hours, if people turn off your video and don't watch it all the way through, you know, it's like all those things add up to the algorithm saying that, you know, you're worth watching, there's value here, and we want to make sure that people see you. So 87 days is the record so far. And this season is, 49 days of last episode. I mean, in this next episode, are they really going to go to 88 days, you know, from 49 to 88? I mean, you never know. You never know. I mean, it's like maybe they wanted to show more of the hike than anything else, and it could go that far. But I don't know. The book by Mr. No, I have not read the book. I don't read a lot of books. If I do read a book, it's usually about making stuff. So if it's not a making book, I don't, because I listen to audiobooks about doomsday type books and stuff like that. If you guys haven't, you guys want a good book, one of my favorite authors, A American, is I want to say Chris from Alone, if I'm getting it wrong. I've only ever known him. I didn't even realize till recently that one of my favorite authors, he wrote the Going Home series. It's like the high yield nuke or something like that, and the atmosphere goes off, and all the power's out, and he has to make his way home and then survive with his family. Great series. He was actually on season 1 of Alone, and I didn't realize till just recently that that was Chris, I believe. Yeah, and great books. Great book. All kinds of survival lore and stuff like that in books like that. That's why I love listening to doomsday books and, you know, like zombie books even. You know, you never know when you're going to pick up a little bit of survival lore. So, share it on Twitter. Thank you. Thanks for sharing. Don't ever feel obligated to share, but if you do see something unique, you know, I try to make those videos that, like, the videos from my website, very unique, like the shovel where I cut the soda can in half, and shooting stuff out of the air with the slingshot, like less than 1 minute. I'm trying to do one of those a week as advertisements for the Fowler's Makery, Mischief.com, where people can buy the slingshots and the shovels and the t-shirts, and the, you know, the new survival necklace is going to be on there in 1 week when that gets here. And you will be able to go on there. 25 bucks. It seems a little bit expensive, but for an everyday carry, I've been using this for weeks, and it hasn't hardly looked like it's worn at all. This survival fire starter necklace is totally worth it, and especially if you're into really high quality, you know, everyday carries. You know, I carry the Wazoo bracelet, and I can't wait to tear into this and do some surviving with it. Yeah, Netflix. I have been approached by BBC America. It was pretty cool. I was like so blown away by the fact that, you know, BBC America wanted me to do a survival show in Maine or something like that. You know, they said they were interested, and but then they found out I'm still under contract until the end of next year. Bill and Jim and Ted's Excellent Adventure is not so excellent of late, is it? Nobody's an adventure after this last video is all that excellent. But I've been approached by, like, back to that, I've been approached by 3 different people to do like Discovery or something like that, to host a show, a survival show, and none of which I can do, and they all figured that anyways. I'm under contract for a year, but after that, if the History Channel doesn't have something lined up for me, I'm definitely doing another adventure. I wanted originally to do Naked and Afraid. Jamie and I were armchair critics of that before Alone ever even came about on TV, and I was like, I want to do this so bad, and then Alone came on. I was like, yes, I don't have to do it naked, you know. But now that I've lost all the weight, I'm more confident, you know. It's like, not that I was ever all that unconfident. I want to do Naked and Afraid. It's such a challenge. And I met EJ, and I got a video that's going to be coming soon on the vlog part when I meet him. And I hung out with all the Naked and Afraid people. Those guys are crazy, those Naked and Afraiders. And we're going to do some videos soon too. They're crazy. And the funny thing is they were all totaling up their days. Some of them are 3-timers on Naked and Afraid. That doesn't even total up to 87 days. I still have all of the Naked and Afraid people beat with 87 days. I think EJ's total time was like 84 days on Naked and Afraid. So I am holding the record. So that's pretty cool. And so I got to get back out there and defend that title. I got to add some more days to my record so that I can stay at the top of the pack, you know. Although I would like somebody to beat it first, so that'd be even more of a challenge, you know, when you go back out knowing that you're trying to do it so that you're. There we go. I actually prefer the shovel. Oh yeah, I don't ever use a hatchet. Always my shovel. What my favorite video I made is actually the one where the wind blows off the roof of my parents' house. It's got Jamie and I playing with the kids at the play center. Actually, it was more of us playing with the kids' play stuff. Naked Afraid people get $5,000. Hey, I wouldn't say no to money. Spend an awful lot on this house. That chews up a good bit, and then it needs repairs. But I love the shovel. What was it? You're getting sidetracked. 20 times, but you get 5 for a year. Would you do it? So I wouldn't do a year. That's one thing I like about Naked and Afraid is you got a set time. Even if it's 40 days, it's a set time. I would do Alone again, and I'd try for a year if somebody else was kept going, and I had no, you know, I'd keep going right alongside them, you know, knowing that I'm still out here because somebody else is out here, and wouldn't hesitate to keep going. I just, you know, like Chris said, first thing I want to tell everybody is never give up, never surrender, you know. It's not even, it's just not in your vocabulary, and then it's not an option, and it doesn't happen, you know. Night sky, I did not like the night sky. I looked up once or twice, and I found it actually disturbing. It was something that really bothered me. I felt so uncomfortable with the whole, like, the night sky being, it was just so different. And I'm so used to going out in my backyard at night, living up in the woods in the yurt before we moved into town here, peeing in the backyard, and I look up, and I see the Milky Way and all those stars, and it's one of my favorite parts of living out in the woods, and which I don't now, and I look up in the sky in Patagonia, and it made me feel sick and homesick, and so I just didn't do it. Not to mention I only had one little hole between the trees unless I was down by the water to look up to the night sky. Favorite keto food, probably bulletproof coffee. When I want a dessert, cauliflower, not for dessert, but cauliflower is a great thing for keto stuff. And you can make like keto stir fry with it, mac and cheese kind of thing with it, cauliflower, do almost anything with cauliflower, and even make a pizza crust. I made some pizzas, and my pizzas kind of suck. I love pizza, but I'm still working on that. Jamie made a pizza with a meat and almond flour crust that actually almost passed for a pizza completely. It was pretty good. So I want to work on that recipe further and do it. Love the keto stuff. I love being in ketosis. The brain just works so much better. You know, I haven't ever gotten to the level of ketosis that I was out there on Alone, where I just felt like exploding. My mind was working so fast and so smoothly, because there's still it's so hard not to have a little bit of some sort of carbs that, you know, takes you out of that to a degree. You know, there's different levels from like 0.5 to 3. You know, anything above 3 in ketosis is like dangerous levels, because and I pretty much stick at like 1.5 consistently with the keto diet. I'll try and do some more videos on that someday. Maybe I'll add some little stuff into the vlog here and there. Oh shoot, I forgot. I gotta go back and add that to the last review video. I said bulletproof coffee and recipes in the description, and it's not. I didn't enter it. Where'd the comments keep disappearing? You sell fish gear on... No, I don't sell fishing gear outside of the Wazoo survival bracelet, which has 2 fishing hooks inside here and a sewing needle and everything else. What? That's so awesome. The keto. Yeah, I love the keto. I think even if you don't want to do keto, you don't have to. You could still just do more fat. Like the whole myth of fat being bad for you and dangerous for you, and then like it's not. You know, Jamie's been doing this for a while before we even met. She was like, when I first met her, she just like butter on everything and just fats and fats and fats. And she's beautiful. You know, she just it just makes her even more beautiful. You know, and I don't know. It's like it's such a ridiculous thing that they've been telling us that fats are bad for us for so long. Now, fats, anything, you have too many calories and it can overdo it and make you feel fat and dumpy and things like that. But it's the fats, it's the sugar that gets you. It's the 1 soda a day. You know, 1 soda a day actually adds 5 pounds onto you a year, guaranteed. You know, even if you have the fastest metabolism in the world, they say that you know, it pretty much will do that to you. So it's crazy. It's sugar, you know. My favorite comedy, Will Ferrell. Maybe Will Ferrell, like Land of the Lost, or what's that? Gentlemen Broncos. Anybody seen Gentlemen Broncos? I love books about authors. That Will Ferrell one too, about where he's like, somebody's writing a book about him, and he's like, little did he know, tomorrow he would die. And like, love Will Ferrell. He's so funny. Yeah, Jamie's pretty awesome. Stranger Than Fiction. Yes, Stranger Than Fiction is a great one. Met Jamie on Craigslist. I put an ad up saying woodsy woman wanted, pitchless applicants need not apply, and been stuck with her ever since. Or she's been stuck with me. So I would not take a bow instead of a slingshot if I go out again on a loan or a 10-item situation, or one where I can have something more than just my shovel. If I go on Naked and Afraid, I am taking just the shovel. Is going to be my 1 item. Now, if I go on a loan again, I think I'm going to take... Where is it? Do I have it here? It's packed away, I think, because I took it to Vermont, my dad and I, to play with. The Simple Shot makes a slingshot wrist brace, and it has an attachment for a whisper biscuit and arrows. Since they only let you take 30 pieces of ammo on a loan, I never used any of those 30 pieces of ammo. They were painted pink. It was all just a waste of time. I ended up just using rocks, and then there wasn't anything. I got 1 bird with my slingshot, and that was it. But this, if I took arrows and a slingshot, and had a slingshot that shoots arrows, I could always switch back and forth with my 2 band sets between shooting arrows and shooting rocks at smaller game. That would definitely, my slingshot with arrows for the win, for sure. Hello from Australia. Yeah, we kept the yurt. The yurt is our playground. You know, we go up there, and well, at least I do mostly. The family goes up with me too and stuff. We've been harvesting a little bit of firewood. We've been cleaning up the old homestead. You know, we've started to we have a junk pile that we use for building stuff all the time, and now we don't really need the junk pile for building little projects out of, for animal pens and different things like that. So we've been cleaning anything up that can possibly rot or, you know, whatever, into the ground. We don't live that kind of life anymore, and I have been building my shelter up there in the 87 Days series and doing my little reenactment, but with Maine materials. And I'm going to turn the whole place into, I don't know if you ever seen Dan Wallach's videos. Watch his videos. You see his place, in this place that he's built out there. I was out there a couple weeks ago, and I've got a video coming up on the vlog about my visiting him and getting a fish with my slingshot in his farm pond, and it's beautiful. He's got this primitive skills camp out there. If you want to go do a primitive, like a lessons and stuff like that, and you want to go away to a retreat and do some sort of a class or get a group together, go with Dan Walwack. Check his channel out. And he has such a beautiful place, and he's so dedicated to teaching survival stuff. And I want to do that a bit to my place. I don't want to necessarily take his thing and do it the same way. I'm going to make like a big, Viking house so I can have the Boy Scouts over. I want to do maybe a lone boot camp kind of thing. Just like we got when we all went out to the boot camp on Alone We're Picked. I'll have like 10 people or 20 people come, and we'll all have to build shelters, and then we'll all go around and check each other's shelters out and judge on, how they turned out. And maybe I'll have one of the other people from my season or the other seasons of Alone join me in hosting that event. And this week I got Luke coming up from Discovery Channel, the winner of the wheel. So that's going to be coming up in a vlog post soon. We're going to do some videos, and there'll be some videos on his channel. Check him out, Luke. If you hit me up on Facebook, you can see follow his adventure and stuff like that. And I posted some of his stuff. And he's coming up, and he survived 60 days, Luke, on the Discovery Channel in the wheel. 6 different locations, survived 60 days. And so he's coming up here to learn more skills, because he didn't really have a lot of skills to begin with. He just did it, which is amazing that he could do it for so long. And Jamie we don't do animals anymore, Jamie and I. She sold all the animals. When I went out on Alone, it was just too much to do all by herself in a year out in the woods without running water and having to be pumped and drawn from the pond. And so, everything's changed for our lives. It's a completely different thing. I have to like purpose to go out into the woods to have adventures instead of just step out of my door and have a woods adventure. But the kids love it, and we have plenty of fun. So it's a good thing for this family. And now that the family is secure in a nice home, if I have to go away on another big adventure, the opportunity is there, and I can keep this all going. And my dream in life has always been to leave the boat building. I love doing it because it was like the coolest thing I could build out of wood. But I've always wanted to build just whatever I wanted to build whenever I want to build it. And that's what happened. I ran a 5K, and I got 17th out of 190 people. It was pretty cool. That was last week at the Lobster Festival. And but my dream has always been to build whatever I want to build, whenever I want to build it, and this whole thing has provided me with that opportunity, and YouTube provides me the modus operandi to share that with the world, and so that it can become, a business, I guess, someday. It's like, I don't want to label it as a business, because it's pretty much just me having fun and then sharing it with everybody, from the making stuff, to the making the videos. I love making videos, I'd love to, be a producer on something someday. I think I could really, maybe I'm not there yet, but man, I feel like I could really up some of these shows' games if I had a chance to work with them on it. It would be there's a whole new form of content coming with what's in the world. You see Casey Neistat, and he's working on something with this beam thing, and I think it's going to be amazing. I'd love to get together with some of these people in the big world of YouTube and all that's going on in the world. Video related to apps, related to, everybody being part of it. It's going to be amazing. There's some really neat things. It'd be great to see the Alone Show get on top of all this and join in by, sharing more YouTube on the top of it. I do like Lestrade. I've gotten a message recently. I might be doing doing some stuff that Lestrade on some of the same pages as him. So it's kind of neat. I'll have to subscribe to the Fowler's Makery and Mischief. I keep going like this because usually it's there. Fowler's Makery and Mischief.com, and you can get updates on everything I'm up to, like my book when it comes out and all that good stuff. Fowler's Makery and Mischief.com. Go over there and subscribe just in case YouTube disappears someday. If I have to go to Vimeo or one of those other things and they all disappear, or I only ever get to put up videos on Facebook, make sure you get on over to the Fowler's Makery and Mischief.com and subscribe there to the website. And I promise I will not spam you. We're going to send out a newsletter like once a week, which will have the list of the videos that have come out and any new materials that are being sold on the website, and or a link to the book or an online book. I'm not sure what's coming out first, the book or like an online book. And I'm going to be in some magazines soon. And I've been trying to work on these articles for like Backwoodsman and some other places. I don't do anything else for work besides YouTube, speak at LL Bean events and other events. Going to be at the Self-Reliance Expo with the Kilchers next month. I'm going out there to hang out with them and speak there at that in Denver, Colorado. That's going to be awesome. So we're probably going to do a video with the Kilchers, Ivan and Eve Kilcher, and their new book. Plug their book and talk to them about what it's like to be on TV and to be that famous, you know, and see what they, you know, how it really is behind the scenes. If I can get that information out of them, it's gonna be fun. I'd love to meet them. They were also one of the people that Jamie and I watched on TV. You know, as a great show to watch. Hi from Colorado. There I am. You know, I had a hard time getting over the fear of public speaking, but somehow it just, after spending 87 days talking to the camera, it just happened. You know, like, before Alone, I was always afraid to talk in front of people. The teacher, when they found out I had dyslexia in grade school, in like first grade, she would stand me in front of the classroom and make fun of me because she didn't understand what dyslexia was, and it wasn't really recognized fully as like a thing. They thought I was just screwing around and wouldn't read and refused to read. So I was like, I'd stand in front of people to talk. My neck would turn so red. It just like burned. I could feel my skin like on fire. And then I went and spent 87 days alone just talking to the camera saying, hey, I'm talking to future America. I'm just going to chat their heads off. I had nothing else to do and make stuff the whole time. That's all I did. And then I came back and it was like, hey, can you speak to the library? Can you go to LL Bean and talk to, you know, 3,000 Boy Scouts? And it was just like, it was like the most natural thing in the world. It was just gone. Yep. Hey, buddy. Stafford. I don't know what I never asked that of Alone, like why they always put it in the winter situation. And you know what? The thing is I half expect that even if they did put it in the summer, that it wouldn't add that much extra time to it. You know, you'd have to put people in the early spring, which could be difficult just in itself, and so that they could harvest the early rising food. But then you have to survive through the whole middle of summer, which is almost like another little bit of a dry spell before the fall harvesting food comes in. And could you find enough wild food to harvest and do it? I don't know. I almost suspect that the isolation and different things like that would come into play. There's was it Survival on Purpose, or one of these other people did a video on me, and they did a video with the Alone group before and talking about 3 months being a wall that everybody will hit. And it's like, I think that might be a truth there. Like 3 months is anything past 3 months and you're pretty... What did you hunt with and what did you hunt? On Alone, what did I hunt with? I hunted with my slingshot, and I hunted all the time, and I made traps all the time, 1 trap a week, and only ever had like 2 times I heard pigs in the night, saw ground turned over, and never got anything. I've hunted up here in Maine for deer with my bow that I made myself, and I have not gotten one. I've shot a lot of squirrels and things like that in small games and rabbits and stuff like that. Not with my slingshot, though, because that's illegal in Maine. So I never got a squirrel. Never got a squirrel with my slingshot or a rabbit. I do like rabbit, though. Did you have a routine medical checkup? Yeah, the show, there was routine medical checkups, you know, on the show. Did Dad teach me? My father taught me a lot. My dad taught me a lot. If anything, the most that I ever learned from my dad was just to never give up, you know, to always go forward, always working, you know. It took me a long time to learn it, you know. It's like just like anybody else. You think your parents are idiots until you grow up, and all of a sudden, it's surprising how quick your parents grow up too, once you get a little older. Oh, I can actually scroll through the comments. I didn't realize that. I'm doing it on my phone. I tried to set it up on my computer, and they said you got to download this and download that and all that stuff. Hey, and while you guys are here and you're all watching, if you support my channel, make sure, or if you would, please, watch the whole video as much as possible. And if I'm doing something interesting, share it. Don't feel obligated if you don't find the video interesting. If you're not into slingshots and you don't want your friends thinking that you watch slingshot videos and I share a slingshot video, you don't have to share it. But if I do something really cool, it would mean a lot to me, and it means a lot to the YouTube algorithm, because the more shares I get, they're better than thumbs up these days with the whole algorithm and how YouTube works. And watching a video in its completion means more to YouTube as well. And if you watch 1 or 2 in a row, man, it's like saying that this person has value, and it's worth us promoting him and putting him out there and making sure that even your subscribers get to see it more on their home pages. Hi from Florida. What do you share it with? There's a share button at the bottom of the video. You can, a little arrow thing, you can share it on your favorite social media site, whether you're a Facebooker or Instagram. Oh, I can't share it on Instagram. Or a email to a personal friend, or on Twitter, or whatever. Found you. Thank you. Who won the giveaway? It was Mark Ayton won the giveaway, and second place was with 4 Birds and Adventures, and then the other one was this person that pops up on the screen when I hit it. The people who are the winners should go to, if you're there or if you're seeing this and you're actually watching it all the way through, a whole hour long. I can't believe we've been talking that long. Go to, if you're the winner, it was mentioned earlier at exactly 20 minutes into the video. Go to the Fowler's Makery and Mischief.com and send me an email with your shirt size and all that. I think I'm going to let you guys go now. I'm going to head downstairs for dinner. It took me a while to set this whole thing up with the whole live thing, so I haven't eaten yet. Beauty of the keto thing is I'm not going nuts, and I'm not hungry. I'm not hangry. I don't have to be hangry. I can go 24 hours, probably even 3 days without even feeling hangry when you're on the keto diet. So yeah, make sure you hit up Fowler's Makery and Mischief.com if you want to buy slingshot shovels like this, because you weren't the one that won one. They're on there. My favorite slingshot, which is my everyday carry, is and I shoot all the time. I shoot the Scout as well out on my target range for accuracy, and I shoot this one every day, all the time. I shoot 3 or 4 shots a day trying to shoot a flower or something, dandelion, just practicing the out and about slingshotting stuff. And thanks for watching. Thanks for subscribing. Thanks for sharing the videos and hitting thumbs up and like. Wow. Thank you for the super chat. Anybody have any last questions real quick, especially after a $10 super chat? I feel bad bailing out on you. Go slingshot. Thank you. And first, make sure you check out 87 Days if you haven't already been watching the series. This Sunday is going to be the Duck Hunter, and I've been out fishing with it all week, and I'm also going to, I'm going to keep the Duck Hunter story progressing as I modify the Duck Hunter more and more to try and make it more efficient. But I'm also started on the shelter this week, so we're going to be doing the double thick wall shelter like I did out on Alone. I don't have a giant 7-foot tall log to put in as incorporated as part of the back of my shelter in this one, so it's just going to be like a yurt with a fireplace in it, and I might even, after I do the initial fireplace, modify it and try and do the rocket stove I initially wanted to do out on the show. Do I have my sketchbook here? I can show you what I wanted to do on the show. I have a sketch right here. This is my sketchbook before the show, and initially I had wanted to do a rocket stove built into the floor, radiant heating, kind of like the, what are they, the Romans. The Romans had, I remember reading a book once, and they had, the fire would go under their floors. I don't think it was rocket stove exactly. And there's so much stuff in here. So there's the initial shelter I had designed for having on the show. It was going to have a little pit that you could feed the fire from, a rocket stove, and that would go all the way underneath and heat up under my bed. And a like yurt roof, so I'm gonna make like a thatched roof for it, or shingles or something like that. And that was the floor plan for it. So there's this little pit you can step down into and cook, and have your like rocket stove, and the chimney goes out underneath the floor of my shelter. And I get back and I see that somebody's actually already done that before. That that guy that doesn't talk in his YouTube videos has done something like that. He had like a rocket stove running through the floor of his place, and he even had like a hurdle waddle walls mudded and stuff. But I'm gonna do mine a little bit more like the one I already did on Alone, with a double thick walls with reed, and maybe like a reed thatched roof, and just keep building the place up the way I did out on Alone, but also like a little bit different, like I would with the resources here in Maine. And I'll share with you guys how I sharpen my knives out there, and I never had a sharpening stone. I did some really neat things. There's just so much stuff, and then there's so much stuff in the book that I wasn't able to do out there, that because there wasn't clay. So I want to try and primitive fire some clay to make a primitive make a fired clay sharpening stone. I've done it once before, and we'll do it again in the 87 Days series. So much coming. It's gonna be cool. I hope you subscribe and continue to follow. Make sure you hit that little notification bell. And if I do something interesting, share it. YouTube loves that. Comments and shares mean the world to them, as far as, you know, otherwise they don't promote your stuff. And so, yeah, man. It is 1 hour and 6 minutes. I have been talking. I'm going to go home, down and have some dinner with my family. So, thank you guys for watching. Thank you for supporting me and all that I do. And if you want to support me even more, make sure you go over to the website, FowlersMakeryMischief.com, buy yourself a slingshot. And I'll be putting some more videos out about that soon, slingshot, and with Bill Hayes, can light a match. So we're going to have a lesson on this channel about how to shoot accurately with a slingshot, and you can learn how to even light a match too. So that's all for me. Thanks for watching. Fowler out.